right. Welcome back to your favorite sexy ginger DoorDash YouTuber guy. And I've never had a camera in my car, so I'm trying not to stare at the screen. So, I am your Uncle Opie, I am a Mormon, I am on probation, and I am addicted to Robitussin. My real name is Jared Glenn Palmer. Forever I have been an entertainer, an actor, a model, a comedian, a musician, etc., etc., etc. On the side, when gigs are slow, I do DoorDash. And I have decided to start a series of videos to show people getting into DoorDash or wanting to get into DoorDash some tips, tricks, etc. So the first thing you want to do as a new DoorDash driver is you want to have DoorDash send you your red card, and you also want to get some insulated food delivery bags. Sometimes it takes too long to get them from DoorDash, so what I would suggest is before you even begin DoorDashing is to find some online to buy. In my community where I live, there are so many DoorDash drivers that there are always free bags up for grabs on like social media. And so I have about 5 bags that I use. I have 2 banquet bags, and which is kind of funny because my 2 banquet bags say Uber Eats on them. And so you're going to want to get your bags before you ever start DoorDashing. I wish somebody had told me that. Right now I'm pulling into the gas station about a half hour before my shift begins, because that's another trick you want to know is you don't want to start DoorDashing with 0 gasoline and have to pause in the middle, because nearly most of the time you'll be in the middle of a good groove and you won't want to stop. Anyway, we just finished filling up, and I wanted to tell you guys that that's what you want to do before you start your dash, about 30 minutes. I start about 30 minutes before. I go fill up my car with gas. I get all my drinks, snacks. I chew a lot of gum, so I get a lot of gum. Everything you need to clean out your car of all your trash. That's the other thing, guys. Keep your car clean. I mean, not spotless, but your door's gonna... half the time, you'll see your customers waiting outside, and you'll go to open your door, and you don't want, a bunch of McDonald's wrappers falling out and everything. Stuff like that. So, it's Sunday in Utah, and the weather is trash. Okay. A couple of tips I thought of while gassing up that I wish somebody would have told me in the beginning is this. So, while gassing up is this. There is a DoorDash card. Let me find it real quick. Actually, a DoorDash debit card, and it's called Dasher Direct, and I don't know if you can see that. Boom. Dasher Direct is DoorDash's, again, debit card. What's cool about it is if you use it or choose to use it to get paid from DoorDash after a set amount of time, I believe it's 30 to 90 days, you can start to get paid instantly. It'll start off, you get paid like once a week. And then it'll start off saying you can get paid every 24 hours, and then you'll start to notice that if you do like a short dash, like for an hour or something, you don't have to wait till the end of the day. They just pay you instantly. It's amazing. And then what else is cool about it is if you use it at the gas pump, they will give you money back. And so gas right now is like, here where I am, $4.66.09 of a cent. $4.66.09. I was trying to make a joke. It sounded dumb though. It's $4.66. And so at the pump, if you actually, like, I pay about $20 just because my town is small. I don't really need a full tank of gas even to do 5 or 6 hours. I'm pretty blessed that way. I fill up about $20 and it gives me like $2.50 back, which makes it, I don't know, $4.30. But there are other cards out there that have better benefits, I know, but I'm just lazy. There's 2 other tips or tricks that I wish somebody would have told me, or that I would have looked into from the beginning. One is your miles on your car. Pay very close attention to that, because you get tax kickbacks or tax cuts, tax breaks, tax cuts, however you want to say it, for the amount of miles that you put on your car doing a job like this, because you are considered an independent contractor when filing your taxes, meaning that's the other thing I wish somebody would have told me. Hold on to about $1,000 throughout the year that you can pay your taxes with. It might be a little bit more, a little bit less than that. Mine this last time for dashing I'd say about 7 months, because again I have another job that I do full time. About 7 months, I'd say full time hours. My taxes were about $1,400, and I dashed every single. I'll show you. It was about $1,400. One of the other tips or tricks that I wish somebody would have told me in the beginning is this. This is a food delivery service, but it's more than that. It's like customer service, okay? So, oh shoot. Almost got into an accident there. Watch out for crazy drivers. Always wear your seatbelt. So the other tip or trick that I wish somebody would have told me is that it is more than just a food delivery service. Take a shower, brush your teeth, look good, smell good, things like that. The other thing is this: have as much communication with your customers as you can from the word go. What I would do if I was you is, also, maybe I'll show you along the way, but have a couple of texts pre-written out that you can copy and paste to send to your customers about something along the lines of, hello, this is your DoorDasher. I'm headed to the restaurant. Just wanted to give you a heads up. I will let you know if there's any problems. Thank you so much for your business, or something like that. There's a lot of, if you've ever worked phone sales, it's just like that. Just, a lot of metaphorically kissing someone's butt to try and make them feel good about giving you their money. And so there's that. The other thing that I wish somebody would have told me, or I wish that I would have looked into when I first started, was scheduling your shift. And this is what else they don't tell you. When you first start DoorDash is going to treat you like gold. And what I mean by that is they're going to offer you the best orders and give you the best scheduling options that you can in the beginning. The best orders and the best scheduling options that you can get in the beginning, because they want you to work for them. That's a real thing. Watch. I'm not starting out new, but I will show you what I mean by scheduling here in a moment. And one of the next tips and tricks that I want to tell you is this: know your market. You may be thinking, oh, I know of a lot of rich neighborhoods that I've never been to, but I think that they have a lot of money because I've known that forever, because I'm from where I'm from and I know the neighborhoods around here, kind of a thing. That may be true. However, the best thing that you can do is, what I mean by know your market, is you want to go to restaurants that you know like the back of your hand. You know what their hours are, you know where they are, you know where their secondary locations are. Sorry, I keep staring at the screen when I need to be looking at the camera. You know where their secondary locations are, you know the good locations is what I mean. Like you know, you don't want to go here because you avoid it yourself and never eat there because their lobby is always packed or their drive-through is always backed up, something like that. And so you want to stick to restaurants that you know. Like, for example, I'm sitting here before I start my shift in the parking lot of this grand and fancy dining Taco Bell that I know is always going to be open and has very little people in it. Taco Bell is always a for sure go-to, especially on a Sunday like today, because they are one of the ones who is open 24/7 and they are open on a Sunday. Bing. So, what do I mean by scheduling? So check this out. When you first start out, you're going to download the DoorDash app. Actually, I'll show it to you. So it's going to have a little red icon. How do you like that? Boom. Okay, it's going to bring you to its main page here. Booyah. And then you're going to click the three little bars up top that mean, drop down menu, obviously. And you're going to go and hit schedule. And upon schedule, you will see a bunch of different shifts available for your area that you've picked on DoorDash, and also in areas that you've dashed before. So it pops up every location that is available to you, I guess, is what I'm getting at. And so you'll just go in and select a shift. Always try to do it as ahead of time as you can. You're going to go through and select a shift, and pick, the hours that you'd like to work and this and that and the other. So also upon that, here's what we're going to do. Let's go back to the main screen. When you're on the main screen, I want you to pay attention to this thing right here that says promos, because once you click that, it's going to bring up all of these. It's called Peak Pay. Peak Pay is where they offer dollar amounts more than what the order is. Like, see, this says plus $2, plus $3, plus $1, etc., 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 for several different shifts. I don't know why mine says Brigham City. I'm in Ogden, but anyway. But you're gonna anyway. So if you know that you're gonna be available, like I'd say about a week ahead of time, or as close as far out as you can get it ahead to plan your schedule. But also, if you are a top dasher, or if it is not busy in your area, this is all after you've started dashing, because within your first 2 to 3 weeks, DoorDash is going to do everything that it can within its power to treat you like gold so that you will work for them. So, but after a while, you're going to have to schedule your dash. That's what I'm getting at here, because there will be so many dashers on the clock in your area that there will not be a shift available. So you're going to want to schedule it as far ahead of time as you can. But if you're like me and you live in a place like Utah where it is dead on a Sunday, and it's usually pretty live on other days, going out on a Sunday, it will always say, dash now. It's awesome. So also with knowing your market, with that, so I live downtown Ogden, but I know that downtown Ogden is awfully congested no matter what, with patrons at restaurants, and there's not a lot of room for takeout orders, and if there is, there's usually a very long wait. So I come out to North Ogden, Harrisville, Plain City, Fruit Heights, or what is it called? I don't know. It's north of where I live, but I know the area pretty well because I used to do a lot of construction and build a lot of new houses around here. Also, there's not a lot of people around here, so it's very easy market to kind of show you what's going on. All right, so I'm about 8 minutes early for my shift, but I'm going to go ahead and hit dash now. And when you do that, it's going to come up and it's going to ask you if you have your phone charged, if you have your hot bag, if you have your red card, and if you have enough gas in your car. So make sure you have all of those things. Funny story, the first time I saw that menu, it said charge phone, hot gas, red card, and I thought it said hot dog. And I was like, I'm glad I work for a company that requires you and also knows that you need a driving or hot dog or two when you're working hard. So I'm going to hit start dash, and now we're on the clock waiting for an order. It says it's looking for an order. I don't know how good my camera is, but if you could see that, and it's going to pop up, and the first thing it's offering me is McDonald's, which is one item, $4.50 for 4.7 miles. And I'm going to go ahead and hit decline. And you may be wondering why I'm doing that, because I'll just tell you why. $4.50 for 4.7 miles. What you're going to try and do, especially in this day and age with gas prices being what they are, is you're going to try and get as close to $2 a mile as you can. You're not always going to hit that mark, and especially not on a dead Sunday, but I'm trying to get an order to show you guys kind of what's going on. And so you may be sitting here. That's why I always start early. I scheduled my shift for 7:30, went and got gas at 7 o'clock. It's now 7:25, and I start my searching a little bit early, start my searching for an order a little bit early so that I can kind of pick and choose what I'd like to take or what not to take. And the other thing is that I'd like you to know is denying these orders does not necessarily count against you. What will count against you is if you accept the order, and then after you accept it, you have the option to drop the order, essentially is what I'd call it. Once you cancel it after accepting it. If you cancel it after accepting it, it will tell you, if you cancel it after accepting it, that's when it counts against you. So again, as I'm talking, I have another order, and this is for the Taco Bell in the parking lot where I'm sitting at, but it is also $4.50 for 4.7 miles. I'm going to go ahead and decline this one again, but if we get another one for that, this is kind of my rule. If I get 3 in a row for about the same amount of money, I'm going to go ahead and take it, because I've already wasted, let's say, 5 to 10 minutes sitting here picking and choosing orders when I could have taken the first one all along and just made the same amount of money. You see what I'm saying? boom, boom, boom. So I wish I would have been patient while I was looking at the previous video that I did to see how much I've been stuttering. I actually got an order worth taking. Like I said, we are sitting in the Taco Bell parking lot, and I got an order for $6 for 2 miles for Taco Bell. Trying to protect the customer's information as much as possible. But $6.50 for 2 miles, that's the kind of thing we want to shoot for. On a normal weekday, you're going to get a bunch of those. You're going to want to work a lunch shift and a dinner shift, but we'll get into that in a minute. 1 second, I'll be right back. Hey, so we have just picked up our first order from the Taco Bell. $6.50 for 2 miles. This was the tip I was thinking of while I was in there to tell you. Always grab everything that you can. What I mean by that is utensils, forks, knives, straws, sauces, napkins, cup holders. Cup holders, cup holders. This is a thing that I've noticed lately. There is a massive shortage of cup holders. Want to hear a funny story? I went into a restaurant called Cup Bop. Cup Bop. Their whole gimmick is that their whole gimmick is that they serve food inside of a cup and beverages and everything. It's all in cups, all in the same kind of cups. Cup Bop. So I go in one day, DoorDashing, and he hands me like 5 drinks, and I say, "Do you have a cup holder?" And the man was astonished. He was blown away. He says, "What is a cup holder?" And I go, like for your car. And he goes, "For like coffee cups that come like in the car?" And I was like, "Have you?"
Turn right on
Now it was my turn. I was baffled now. I was blown away. I turned and I looked to the nearest person who was a customer in line, and I go, "Is he serious?" And she was like, "I don't know, man." It was insane. Anyway, cup holders are at an all-time shortage in Utah. Lord, pray for us. Okay.
Take the next.
So like I said before, you're going to want to have a bunch of texts pre-written out that you can copy and text and send to copy and paste and text to your customer about being late, about problems with the restaurant, etc. That will save you a lot of time in multitasking when you can just copy and paste the message versus having to type it out every single time. So I'll show you on the next order. I didn't really have enough time on this last one because I was, trying to get everything going. Plus, I'm bad at multitasking, okay? I admit it. The other benefit of having your texts pre-written out so that you can copy and paste them is so that you don't stand on the customer's porch like a goon for 5 minutes. So the app will tell you if the customer has a preference of handing them the order, or there's a section where they can leave notes and it'll tell you don't knock or something like that, whatever their preference is. Hopefully, usually, they will leave something like a gate code or anything like that. That's where it should be. Also on the app screen, when you accept it or when you're about to drop off the order, you will have the customer's information available to speak to them. They have their phone number usually, or their message to text them. So if there's any problems, you can usually do that. Also, what I want to tell you real quick is when accepting orders, pay attention to the location. You always have a map on there. Always pay attention. What you're going to want to do is avoid going to addresses out in the middle of BFE, like I just have for the sake of this video, which means you will not hit any restaurants on the way back to your general area where you know that you will get the most orders. But we just got lucky, and we have one for, here, I'll show you. It's 7-Eleven, okay? And it says that it is one item, it's 5 miles, and it's $6.50. I'm going to go ahead and take it because by the time we get to the 7-Eleven, like I just said, we're out in the middle of nowhere. By the time we get to the 7-Eleven, it will be about 2 miles for $6 again. And that's what you're shooting for. I am your Uncle Opie. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. The other thing is, it's very important, if you can, get some decals or some stickers, that is, for your vehicle that indicate that you are driving for DoorDash. That way, if you are forced to park in a place where you're not normally allowed to park, hopefully people will see it and go, okay, he's with DoorDash, he'll be right back. He's not intentionally being an a-hole, you know what I mean? So, We are on our way to 7-Eleven. Yeah. Gonna go pick up our one item. Yes. So that's the other thing, if you guys don't know, just starting out DoorDash, is that DoorDash does more than just restaurants. And if you actually look up some news from them, they will tell you that they are trying to do everything. So right now they have you picking up from restaurants and also 7-Eleven, which is a gas station, you know that. Maverick, which is a gas station specifically
In a quarter mile,
here.
turn right onto West 2700
Maverick,
North.
which is a gas station which is specifically in and around Utah, I believe, and which is kind of strange, a gas station, but they also have us going to grocery stores. They have had us going to Walmart for quite some time, and originally Walmart was one of the worst paying orders that you could take. But lately,
Next right onto
as
West
of late,
2700 North.
Walmart has developed their own delivery app called Walmart Spark, and since doing that, they are now actually paying for orders that are actually worth it. The other day, usually you didn't want to go there because the wait was too long. The Walmart employees just kind of didn't know who you were, what was going on. It was strange to them that you were door dashing at Walmart. You know, it was strange to everybody, of course. But now that they have their own delivery system, I think they kind of know how it works, so they're able to invite the customers to spend a little bit more money on tips, if that makes any more sense. So the Walmart orders have been pretty good. So really quick, we just picked up our order from 7-Eleven. I wanted to tell you guys that a lot of people will tell you not to take orders like that. It depends on you. So now we have, and the last order gave us a secret hidden tip of $1. This is what else I'm going to tell you. Do not rely on the fact that hidden tips exist all of the time, unless you are in a market where they are constantly being divvied out like that, because people are not always going to tip you afterwards. Also, a little bit of aggressive driving.
In a quarter mile, merge onto I-15 North.
Take 26. So we have just picked up our order of one item from 7-Eleven for $6 for 2 miles. And that's exactly the kind of order you want to shoot for. And honestly, it depends on what your goals are. This is what I did want to say also. My goal is to make at least $20 an hour, because that calculates in my head as to what I need on the days that I'm not working my normal job. And so I try to get as close to that or over that as I can. And with what I have been doing, with the ways that I am showing you through this through this series of videos, is what has worked for me to make $20 or more every single hour door dashing, with only spending $20 to $30 a day on gas and working about 6 to 8 hours a day. And like I said, guys, forgive the noise. It's raining like no other. The weather here in Utah has been trash lately. It's insane. It's almost June. We live in a desert for real, and it's raining like it's... And God said to build an ark. Oh boy, it is raining out here. Okay, I got water all over my glasses now. Yes, sir. Just dropped off the one item from 7-Eleven. 12-pack of Coca-Cola. $6. Headed back to our sweet spot that I know where I'll get more orders. And again, this is just a Sunday, so I can show you guys just kind of how it works. I'll come back out tomorrow on Monday on my regular work day and show you how we really do it. Yeah. Pause for the windshield wipers. Hear that? Yeah. That's power. That's the $2 windshield wipers I bought at a gas station once out of necessity. Find yourself a schedule. Normally I like to work the lunch shift and the dinner shift. And what I mean by that is I start at about 10 or 11 and I go till about 1 or 2, in the afternoon for lunch. And then I'll go home, kick it, eat some food, eat some chicken burgers, exercise a little bit. Yeah, right. I'll go home and hang out for a couple hours, and then I'll come out for the dinner shift. Welcome back. This is your favorite sexy ginger DoorDash YouTuber guy. As you can see, one of the tips that I told you earlier is before you start dashing, you want to already have your hot bags. I have a Grubhub bag because it's the biggest bag that I could find available. Where I live, there is a lot of DoorDash activity, so I was able to find not one, not two, not three, but four, but 5 free DoorDash bags off of social media, the giveaway groups in Facebook, actually. And we are back to our sweet spot, waiting for an order. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can get that to not be so blurry. Hold on. Shut that off. Turn off the lights. Now it's getting serious. Me and you learning how. So while we have a second, I wanted to go ahead and tell you that a lot of people use different apps. They use Grubhub, DoorDash, Instacart, Pickcart, or something like that, and they make a lot of money doing it. I'm here to tell you that I don't use all of those apps because I don't necessarily need to. If they work for you, they work for you. These videos are specifically for people starting out DoorDash with all of the things that I wish people used to tell me. I used to DoorDash full-time. Now I DoorDash part-time because I have been blessed enough that I actually have living my dream, I guess you would say. I'm a full-time actor, a model, a musician, a comedian, an entertainer. A model, you say, for Halloween masks? That's right. Anyway, so if it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Here's what I do know. If you use apps like Para, what Para is an app that will tell you every order that pops up on DoorDash. It coincides with your DoorDash app. Sorry, I'm staring at the screen again. I switched my camera over and I'm still doing it. Anyway, what Para does is it partners with your DoorDash app and it tells you what you'll be making per mile, if it's worth it to you, stuff like that. If it has a hidden tip, things of that nature. And what I do know is that I have seen other DoorDashers that I know get shut down for using apps like that. So use them at your own risk. Perfect. We have a kind of a whale, a white whale, they say, roaming these. Anyway, I'll just show you what it is. Okay, can you see that? It is Papa John's, 7 miles for basically $12. That is a really good order. I'm going to go ahead and take it. So here's what I'm going to tell you. To get pizza orders.
Head south toward Utah 134 Southwest 2700 North.
To get pizza orders, you are going to have a DoorDash approved heated pizza bag. And so to get that, like I said, I would start off with it just so you can go ahead and show DoorDash that you have it. How do you do that, you ask? So you're going to go ahead and get your pizza bag, go to your groups on Facebook, or just order one off eBay or Amazon. They're usually generally pretty cheap. What I have seen them be before is around $10 to $12 plus shipping or whatever. But like I said, I got mine for free because where I live, there are a lot of DoorDashers, and so there's a lot of giveaways, a lot of second-hand things being sold. It's really big here, so I was
next right onto Utah 134 Southwest.
I was lucky enough to get all of the bags that I needed. So go ahead and get your pizza bag.
Continue on Utah 134 South for 3/4 of a mile.
Your pizza bag is going to be different from your DoorDash bag, and it's going to be, the kind of pizza bags that a pizza man carries. And once you go ahead and show DoorDash that you have a pizza bag, you will be approved for pizza deliveries. How do you show DoorDash you have a pizza bag? Go ahead and keep checking your emails from DoorDash, and eventually they will just tell you, hey, would you like to be part of this pizza program? That's one way. The other way is to Google it, and there is a PDF document, a Google form actually, that you fill out and tell them who you are, your Dasher information, your name, your phone number, stuff like that, and it'll ask you to take a picture and send them a picture of your pizza bag. I recommend doing that before you ever start dashing, because here's a thing that I'll tell you after this next clip, because the rain is very loud right now. Give me a minute. All right, pizza order secured. So earlier I had told you that I have about 5 or 6 DoorDash bags, and plus a giant catering bag that's from Uber Eats. Don't tell on me. just joking. Anyway, so the reason why I have so many is you will come across orders that require multiple bags, and that's the most important part, is always put your food in the heated food bags. It will keep your ratings up, it'll keep your customers happy. A lot of times this is a real thing, customers will complain. They have the option to complain on DoorDash, and they love to, let me tell you that. And so what they will do is they will lie and say that they never got the order or something like that simply because their food is cold, and then it counts against you, drops your ratings down, and you will not be offered the best of orders anymore. Let's go deliver this pizza. So dumb. All right, so we're headed to drop off the pizza, and I almost forgot to show you. So I have, if it'll come up on the screen, tons and tons and tons of pre-written texts that I send the customer. And why I do that is because customer service should be number one, I believe, and everybody should. This job is customer oriented, first of all. Secondly, don't be a dick, man. Just tell people if their food's gonna be late, give them options. It's not that hard. I know you may think it's gonna take a lot of extra time to text the customer constantly, and that's why I want you to pre-text out a bunch of different texts that you'll notice after dashing for a little while what the reasons are that you should be contacting the customer, and that will kind of give you the idea of how to form a pre-written text that's kind of a solve everything kind of thing for these kind of situations that you can just copy and text the customer real quick, and that way you're not standing there for 45 minutes texting it all out, having an argument with them. You see what I mean? Ding! So go ahead, type yourself out some pre-written text. Do yourself a favor. Love yourself. Love it. So, now after I've babbled on how to submit yourself for the pizza program, you may be asking yourself if the pizza program is worth it on DoorDash. I am here to tell you, yes, yes, yes. And I was wondering, why do people pay so much more for pizza delivery than they do for regular DoorDash? There's a psychology to it. People, humans, are already trained before humans, before DoorDash ever existed, have already been trained to give pizza men lots of money.
Destination is on the right.
Lucky us. Another tip and trick for just starting out that I will let you know is we don't wait. That's a rule. Don't wait, and we do not, what's the other one? We don't take advice. We don't take shit from anyone. No, I'm just joking. We don't wait for the restaurant or the food. That sounds kind of mean. Give it some time, okay? And you'll see what I mean. So sometimes you'll get to a restaurant and there's this thing, a lot of restaurants have a little bit of an attitude because they think that we are taking money that they would have gotten anyway. So a lot of times they're just a-holes for no reason. And so what I'm gonna tell you is a lot of them will jerk you around a lot and you'll be standing in the lobby for a long time. So what I'm here to say is if it's an order for like $5 or $6 and you know that it's a busy time of the day where you could be making more money elsewhere by not waiting in the lobby, go ahead and cancel the order. Now I know that I said earlier that canceling the order after accepting it counts against you, and it does. You want to keep your completion rate is what it's called. That's your completion rate. And you want to keep that at about 70% or above. You want to keep it as high as possible, ideally, but to not be fired and keep your job, you want to keep it above 70%. And that's one you can take home with you.
Take the next left onto North 450 West.
Just for proof that my theory works, check this out. The total was $30 for 7 miles. Listen to your Uncle Opie. I'm here to tell you, I'm giving away game for free. You're welcome. If I keep talking, this will be a seminar. I start charging you people, man. I swear. All from texting your customer constantly. That's my theory, I swear. And I get these kind of all the time, especially on the weekends when there's nothing going on and you're like, I'll take a bunch of pizza orders, and they usually turn into from $11 to like $30. Also, what I just said earlier about my little theory about psychology, people are just predisposed to constantly giving the pizza man tons of money, you know? And here we are, as I'm talking. Another one for a pizza order for $9 from Little Caesars. Or $5 for 2 miles. I'm sorry, from Little Caesars. I got it.
Onto North 400 East North Washington Boulevard, then turn right.
It's a good Sunday. So, on top of our $5 2-mile Little Caesars pizza order, we also just got a $6 Wendy's order. And when that happens, it's called having a stacked order. And around this channel, we love stacked orders because it means more money for us. And Wendy's is packed, and I might have to deny that one. Ooh. But stacked orders are awesome. Usually, it's not really that much more hassle. It's usually tacked on as to like an extra $6 for an extra mile or something like that. So we do like stacked orders. I'm going to see if the lobby's open. Hopefully we don't have to sit through all of this drive-through jazz. But I'm going to take this opportunity to show you how to navigate around this. So if you have a stacked order, you will know. You're going to go ahead and hit these. Where are you? This drop-down menu there, if you can see. And it will tell you that you have one at Little Caesars, one at Wendy's, okay? And to jump to the Little Caesars order, you're going to go ahead and click on Little Caesars, and it'll say, jump to task. They're down in the red at the bottom, next to the back button. Hit jump to task, and it'll bring you up on your screen as if that's your primary order. So go ahead and hit arrived in store, and it's going to ask you every time if you're delivering pizza to take a photo of the pizza bag. So you're going to go ahead and do that. And right after I do this, ooh, there we are. Right after I do this, I'm going to go ahead and send my customer a text, both of them, and tell them that that I have arrived at the store, but there is a very long line, so their order may take a little while. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.